Hello everyone, this is ex-Bethelite here, 937-789-4029. The Jehovah's Witnesses are a very self-centered organization, a very self-centered group. When you think about it, a person getting baptized. I recall when I was getting baptized, and naturally I don't think that I'm a very self-centered person, but when I was about to get baptized, I was constantly being told, as soon as you get baptized, man, you'll be able to carry mics, you'll be able to operate the sound system, we'll be able to give you talks, and not talks, but assignments, and there's just so much you'll be able to do. So that's what you're thinking about. Even at the point of baptism, it's like baptism is like a career move for a Jehovah's Witness. For an average Christian, it's about Jesus Christ. But for a Jehovah's Witness, getting baptized is a career move. You go from being a publisher to now, from being an unbaptized publisher to being a baptized publisher, meaning you now have more things that you qualify for that you can do. Then, after being baptized, it's all about becoming a ministerial servant. You're wanting to be a ministerial servant. And then everything you do, again, is a career move. For a brother, it's a career move. Pioneering for men, for brothers, I don't know that there are that many people out there that just enjoy knocking on doors. Granted, you have X amount of hours that you have to put in and report on your little field service slip. However, as far as pioneering and auxiliary pioneering, I don't know that there's people that just do it because they just like knocking on doors. It's a career move. If you are a baptized brother, pioneering could put you on the fast track to being a ministerial servant. Pioneering definitely puts you on the fast track of being able to be utilized, get up on stage and give parts in front of people. Go to the assembly, even the district assembly, and now that you're a pioneer, hey, you get to get up on stage in front of people and give experiences. So these things that you do as a Jehovah's Witness is to further your position and further bolster your position in the organization. It's not about other people. It's not about helping other people. Even when you think about, the field service, the ministry, while you're even out preaching, oftentimes, what are you thinking about? People are thinking about their time. They're thinking about, I need to be out, looking at their watch, I need to be out from this time till this time in order to get X amount of hours to be able to write down on that report. Because that looked real good if I get X amount of hours and I can put it out on that report. Or I go and check on this house to talk to a person that I've talked to previously. Oh, that's a return visit. That's another notch I get to check off on that field service report slip. Looks real good on that report that I'm going to be filling out at the end of the month that reflects on you as a person. So everything that you can think of with regards to the men revolves around themselves, bolstering themselves. let's think about the family, really. And oftentimes the family is just a representation of who? The family head, right? So if a person wants to become an elder, a ministerial servant, well, it looks real good if their wife is a pioneer. I mean, believe it or not, all these things are career moves. You get all these women who are pioneers, and how many of them are pioneering because they want their husband to be looked at as far as different positions in the congregation. Everything with regards to being a ministerial servant, learning to give talks and taking the lead and field service and all that. Well, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about becoming an elder. See? Once you're an elder, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about giving talks on the circuit level. Oh, I want to give talks on the district level now. I want to go into the circuit work. It's constantly, it's all about you. It's about career. It's about me furthering my career in this particular organization. Doesn't it make sense, though? Doesn't it make sense? You're at home sick and you're not getting any visitors. You're in the hospital. I mean, you could have something major like cancer. I mean, that's not just being in the hospital. That's a life-changing circumstance. You're in the hospital with cancer and nobody's visiting you. Why? It doesn't further their career coming to visit you. Or you've been missing from a few meetings. You go to the hall and some people are kind of looking the other way. They don't want you to come talk to them. They're kind of looking the other way. It doesn't make them look good as far as them trying to further themselves, their career, to be a ministerial servant, to be an elder. It doesn't make them look good having someone that hadn't been to the meetings regularly coming and talking to them. They're concerned about themselves. Stop me when this gets to being about Jesus Christ. It's got to be the most self-centered, one of the most self-centered religions out there. In that just about anything a person is doing, they're doing it to bolster themselves. They're doing it because of their position. Or an elder may be, doing something and it's all about because they're an elder of such and such a congregation. It's not about them trying to be like Jesus. And I guess it kind of goes into the spirit behind the Jehovah's Witnesses. The spirit behind the organization is not one of love. And what is the identifying mark? It's love. The identifying mark is love, but the spirit behind a lot of those things is not love. Now, anywhere you go, you're going to have some nice people. You could go anywhere and you're going to have some nice people. But the spirit behind the organization, the spirit behind why people do things, if those people are too nice in the Jehovah's Witness organization, they're going to mess around and be on the outside looking in. Because you can't just go around and talk to everyone and be nice to everyone. You go and talk to people because they have a certain type of status or something to that effect. I can speak to that because when I was at Bethel, I'd be getting calls from people that would never call me prior to me going to Bethel. and certainly weren't calling me after I got back from Bethel. Once you don't have that that title, you don't make that person look good by being around you. They don't want to have anything to do with you. It's nothing about Jesus or being Christian. It's about how you make them look. A large amount of my relatives are in that organization, so I can definitely speak to certain truths with regards to the organization, and I can speak from experience. It is a fact that you find yourself being unloving just because that's what you've been trained to do in the organization. The organization trains a person, and I mean trains a person that may naturally be a nice person, trains them to not be nice. It trains them to be able to just shut down association with anybody at the drop of a dime. I don't care if it's your own brother or sister. You shut down association, and guess what? You really don't care. Like, it's not like you shut down association, you're at home worried about them. You really don't care when you cut them off. You cut them off. You don't call and check. You don't text and check. You don't care. It doesn't matter if it's aunts, uncles, cousins, whatever. You're talking about a group of people that this sounds harsh, but it is a reality that a group of people that shunning is a major part of their life. It's not even about disfellowshipping. People that aren't even disfellowshipped are getting shunned. What's the spirit behind that? Now you're talking about something that's not even necessarily scriptural, because there's Bible scriptures that talk about association and things of that sort, but there are people who don't even qualify for disfellowshipping but are being shunned. You know, I remember there was somebody in specific that had a mental illness, and it wasn't to the point where this person couldn't associate or have a conversation or anything like that. The person just had a mental illness, and even though they were probably 40, they were a little bit more childish than the average 40-year-old. And I kid you not, they were isolated. Like nobody hung out with them. There's like a bee on the windshield there. Yeah, I'm not too happy about that. Let's get out of here. But yeah. So nobody hung out with them. Yeah, nobody hung out with them. And I mean, this is not Christian. Like, no one hung out with him. He didn't do anything wrong. He just wasn't popular because, I guess, of the mental thing. He wasn't a servant, and he wasn't an elder, and he wasn't a pioneer, and he didn't look like that's where he was headed. So, of course, he's below everybody. Who's going to go visit him? Who's going to hang out with him? And I don't want to give too much information because I don't want people to, figure out who I'm talking about. But he lived right around the corner from the Kingdom Hall. He lived right around the corner from the Kingdom Hall. And no one was going to go and visit him because he didn't have any value. If he wasn't going to be a pioneer or an elder, who cared about him? It's career-minded. This is a religion that is career-minded. It would be nothing for a person to go from the Jehovah's Witnesses right into business. because that's all it is business. So, I mean, and definitely people who are elders or want to be elders or want to remain elders, they will drop a relative at the drop of a dime if it looks like it would make them look bad. Not about Jesus, and it's not really necessarily about association, because your family isn't necessarily your association, that's your family. It's about how you look in front of people. Let me know what you guys think. I know that's something that just possesses guys or men that are in the organization. You guys got to let me know what you think as far as the sisters are concerned, and how that affects them. I know it's all about being married to an elder, or being married to a CO, or being married to a ministerial servant. But I don't know if the other than living a career through their husband, just let me know what you think about that and how that affects the sisters. 937-789-4029, ex-Walkill Bethelite, signing out.